front of you. The only item of business this evening is the approval of minutes. Nancy from our office, for probably the better part of the summer and into the fall, was reminding me that we had to approve the minutes from the July meeting. She's very good about that, reminding me about these things. There are no new applications. All of the registrations in the aquifer protection area have been completed. I want to just offer anecdotally that, and I probably said this at other aquifer meetings, that there are other municipalities that I'm aware of, no names mentioned, that haven't even began their registration process yet. And this board should be very proud of the work that you have done, and Mr. Weiner and Mr. Boschemine had done, one of my predecessors. They did an outstanding job in pulling this together, and the city is actually a model for the state as far as these registrations are concerned. We have a 100A+ record with the state of Connecticut Department of Environmental Protection, and as I said, other municipalities are struggling still with this and haven't done one registration yet. So, with that said, you have on your agenda, I think I just did next steps. You have approval of minutes from your July meeting.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion for that.
And excuse me, Cunningham was absent.
Okay. Who was it?
Cunningham.
Cunningham was absent. Okay, so it'll just be the other four of us then. Okay.
Are we here?
Yeah, who can vote here tonight?
Everyone except Mr. Cunningham.
Yeah, I didn't look to tell you the truth on that.
Okay.
So the other four of us.
Yeah.
Okay. With Ann and Joe. Yeah. Right.
I can't hear you.
So she's saying, Nancy's saying Cindy and Mike were not here in July.
It says on the minutes that they were here.
They were here, but they weren't seated.
Alternates, right?
Yeah.
was here.
She's okay then.
Can they vote?
Cindy was here.
Or they weren't seated?
They weren't seated.
So you want to just hold off on it?
Yes, I guess we'll have to hold off. I didn't realize we'd have to be short these members tonight. I apologize.
I didn't realize it either.
So how's that going to say? How is that going to work though? Because you need Del Mastro back, so that be you, Del Mastro, Louise would be the only. Oh, and because Albert was an alternate also. You
bring up a good point, and I don't want to get into Robert's rules, but I think that if members leave or they're no longer members, the chairman, I guess, can authorize, as long as you were at the meeting, I guess the chairman can authorize folks to vote on the minutes. I think that's entirely appropriate.
As long as it's going to pass muster with the state of Connecticut or whomever you have to pass these minutes with.
I think it would.
Okay.
They're there, they're present, and I think that's entirely appropriate.
So Cindy and Mike can sit on it then, as long as I request it.
Yes, I was probably overthinking it.
How does that sound, Nancy? The four of us. Okay. All right. Can Bill make the... No, we can't.
He wasn't there.
Okay.
All right, so I can make the motion. So, what is it? Just to approve
accept the minutes.
What was it? July what? Because I only have...
13th.
Okay. I make a motion to accept the July 13th minutes for the Bristol Aquifer Protection Agency.
I'll second it.
Motion is made and seconded. Roll call vote, please. Commissioner Mazzarelli?
Yes.
Commissioner Provenzano?
Yes.
Commissioner Lemare?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. That's it, Mr. Flanagan?
Yep, I just have one more next step. So the state of Connecticut now, this was level A mapping that they did in the city, and it's out in the Farmington Avenue area going towards St. Paul's High School. That is provides the drinking water for the city of New Britain. So as good neighbors, we're protecting the water supply there. The next level A mapping has not been promulgated yet by the state of Connecticut. Once it is, if we make a determination that the properties that fall within that new level A area require registration, we'll act on it. I happen to think that the preliminary maps that I've seen of the level B, which would graduate to level A, are in the Chippens Hill area, and residential properties, and I don't believe any of the industrial areas are affected. The residential properties that would be affected don't have to register, because obviously residential properties don't register. It's business and institutional uses that have to register. So we'll wait and see. I would have thought we would have seen the mapping by now. I thought I would have saw it at the beginning of 2016 or 15. Haven't seen it yet. Obviously we know the state is under some financial constraints, but we'll just have to wait and see. So right now, this is the last meeting of this board until we get new mapping, and new registrations are required. The only other thing I can think of is in a few years, the original registrations will come up for renewal, and that'll just be administrative action as long as nothing's changed on their site.
So, a question.
Sure.
So last meeting until we receive the mapping or application?
Or renewal.
Okay, a renewal. So that can be what? Renewals are...
Renewals were 5 years.
Okay, so...
I think the first application was granted in 12, so you may see one in 17 at some
Okay.
point.
Right, because I'm just thinking, I have no idea, like with the state budget constraints and staffing, we might not have another meeting for quite a while. Or in 2017 is what I was thinking.
Yeah, you'll have a renewal before you may have the new mapping.
Okay.
I will say with the fastidiousness of Mr. Weiner and Mr. Boschamine, everything is logged in. We know exactly when the dates are going to occur.
Okay.
And having this discussion now prompts me to want to go back down to the office and take a look at it before I leave for tonight.
Just for expectations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any benefit for you giving us a heads up maybe at our next meeting on when those applications are, just so...
I certainly can.
Can you do that in the zoning meeting, or does it have...
I can just do it via email if you'd like.
Yeah, could you do that? I
Sure.
just wanted to be able to know what's ahead of us, since we really don't have another meeting scheduled.
And then one other item related is that no new motor vehicle uses or uses that require registration can now go into the Aquifer area. The existing uses are able to continue, but if someone came in with a development proposal for a new gas station, for instance, in the Aquifer protection area, they would not be able to do it per the state regulations.
Okay.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, is that area that you mentioned that we've accomplished the level A mapping, if there was going to be a new development that met the criteria, they would have to come in, right, as a new application.
Any brand new proposal would not be allowed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Of all those ones that we've registered?
Oh, I'm sorry. If you had a transference of a registration, say there was a gas station in the Aquifer area and the ownership transferred, that's entirely appropriate. That would probably be more of an administrative action. But if someone acquired property and the permit expired, then they would come back before the board. But no new development can take place of a brand new gas station.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
any of those uses are excluded within that aquifer protection?
Dry cleaners, gas stations, there's quite a list.
Interesting. Okay. I think I knew that, but thanks for reminding me.
No, we want good water.
Yeah.
That's it, Mr. Flanagan?
That's it, Mr. Chairman.
Motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
Go ahead.
I make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Motion is made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is made second. All in favor?
Yes.
All opposed? Good night, everyone. Thank you.
And happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
You
Very
too.
good.